run up to her the moment I find the person I've been looking for. Kokoro!
Ichitaro.
I've been looking for you.
Kiki. Such a hurry. Are you okay? You need a drink?
No, I'm fine. I catch my breath as I stare right at Kokoro. You know, Kokoro...
What's wrong, Ichitaro? You're acting funny.
Listen to me.
Yes?
You see...
Yeah?
Say it, Ichitaro. Spit it out.
Don't spit on her.
The narrator's like really trying to go for it too. He's like, do it. Even though it's also Ichitaro.
Yeah, he's just trying to force himself.
Well, I hesitate, just as I'm about to speak. Nice job, Ichitaro. My helplessly cowardly brain is suddenly consumed by a single thought. What does Kokoro think of me? I don't know. I certainly have felt kindness from her. Considering her passionate support of me, it's hard to imagine she dislikes me.
She will if you keep doing
this.
this.
Where does it come from? Is it just because we're childhood friends?
She's waiting for you to start talking.
Does she feel bad for me being a hairless ape living in this world of monsters?
Maybe.
Does she see me as a lover?
No.
A person like me?
Not until you say you like her.
Impossible. Now, what am I talking about? I don't even have the slightest idea of what Kokoro thinks of me.
Then ask her.
But I can't proceed without at least telling her my feelings. It's stupid to think that I'm confessing just because I know that she likes me.
It's stupid to drag it out in the narrative like this. We don't need him to deliberate, because he's had the entire walk over and the talk with Masato. It's like, okay, we know this is happening.
Yeah, they should have been playing the theme song this entire time.
Yeah,
and by this point, he's talking to her. You just hear him say it through the theme.
Yeah.
It's stupid to think that I'm not confessing because I know that she doesn't like me. I'm confessing because I have no idea whether Kokoro likes me or not.
Yes. Just
Even
do it.
if I don't know whether it's a win or a loss, I have to keep going.
Just do it, coward.
And this is a man's way of living.
What? What happened? Line breaks?
And this is a man's way of living. I like you.
I know that it's
Did he
just
have a stroke.
I know that it's a translation thing where it's like you don't just straight up say you love someone. It's kind of like the American thing of like you, except like less of a childish thing and more of a politeness thing. But it just looks like you just, oh, okay, I like you too, buddy.
Yeah. Well, with the weird line break and then the I like you in there, it makes me think that something wrong happened. Like he's having an aneurysm.
He's having a panic attack.
I guess.
It's not that weird.
Somehow, I feel like the world is standing still. But the evening clouds calmly drift by, and the bustling streets can be heard far away.
Really? You mean the like kind of like? Do you like her or do you like her like her?
The like kind of like, yeah. I have something to tell you. Will you hear me out?
Yeah?
You know that I was fussing over having no idea what to do with my life and couldn't decide my future, right?
Yeah.
I found it. The thing I want to do. No, my dream for the future.
Is to get a menial job while his college-educated wife brings in the big bucks, but that's fine because they're happy.
Yeah.
Please tell me.
I want to blow up your kitchen.
I forgot that was a thing that happens.
Kokoro, I'll make you my wife. That's my dream.
Ichitaro.
You're dumb as shit.
You should have not jumped straight to marriage without me getting a chance to say anything.
Yeah. I'm going to be aiming for the Tokyo universities so that I'll never have to let you go.
Really? For real? The real world real?
Yeah. Entering Tokyo U, it's not possible, but I can at least study hard enough to land somewhere nearby.
Yeah, I believe you can make it.
I believe you can make it to this lower, shittier college.
Which, honestly, are probably still fine. You know, a degree is a degree.
Shoot for 3rd place. Do it, Ichitaro.
Man, 3rd place out of how many people going to different colleges
I'm sorry,
in Japan?
it's just the phrasing on that, though. It was so good. Even without going... Oh, sorry. Even without going to the same university, we can still live our lives together and stay near each other.
Yes.
I can't bear the thought of having you taken away by someone else without my knowledge. So, Kokoro, please, go out with me.
Yes, I love you too. She's
Many
gonna
nods.
she's gonna still want to go on study dates and get you to finally get these word problems, right?
Yeah, no, solve this fucking answer from yesterday.
Like, I feel like I personally need closure of this guy getting a little bit better at the things he's struggling at. What's wrong?
No, I'm happy. Plus, you haven't given up on me. Not to mention that you actually like me.
You doubt me?
How do I put it? Somehow this doesn't seem real.
In that case, will this make you feel?
Eh?
Ichitaro. Are we gonna
She
kiss
stares
that bug
straight at me. I bet.
I want to kiss that. I want to see how that works. I want to see what happens.
Are you sure you do?
I don't. I'm not into girls, but...
No, I mean, are you sure you want to see how that works?
I do.
Okay. She stares straight at me and calls my name. And then...
Whew! Got my wish.
So something disappointing
Is that
about
an
this.
ovipositor?
No, it's on her face. Something disappointing about this is that this was actually in the Steam like description for the actual page. This was one of the images that they put on there.
Really?
They spoiled this. Yeah.
They probably wanted you to think that there was more involved.
Well, I'm guessing
this was the start of
they
it.
probably wanted this because this is a shock image. This is something you could show people about the game and they go, "Oh, okay, I know exactly what I'm getting into."
But you don't, because it's not about making out with a bug. It's about trying to reconcile your dreams for the future and stuff.
That is a terrifying mouth. I let my eyes fall half shut, in trance.
It's like she's doing like duck lips.
Yeah, how long is that horrific bug mouth, do you think?
Long enough to go past her pinchers.
Ugh.
That's all I can tell.
My sight is fixed on her glossy lips. I feel completely hypnotized by them. Kokoro, are you sure? Without her saying anything, I stand there waiting. Kokoro. It's like getting sucked in. Both of our lips are drawn close to each other. Both of our soft lips touch. All 12 of hers.
They textured the inside of that too.
That's not what a bug mouth looks like, by the way.
That's
I
what
should point that
Kokoro's
out.
mouth looks like. Leave her
Yeah,
be.
no. I just want to point that out for people. That's not how that works.
It's not quite a proboscis, which
Yeah,
I
it
guess
looks
a
like
grasshopper wouldn't have.
They gave her a proboscis, and that's not something a grasshopper has.
I
think that's why it bothers me so much. It's barely moist.
Barely? We're seeing strands of spit.
And slightly warm.
That makes
These
sense.
are
She's a bug.
Kokoro's lips.
She wouldn't be that warm.
It feels like every part of me is filling with warmth, even from the slightest of touches. Is she poisonous?
She could
Are you
be.
dying? My brain melts.
She is.
and then she begins to eat it out of the front of my skull. It's a happiness, overwhelming enough to make me think that way.
And she takes all of her little pinchers and pedipalps and mandibles and just kind of massages your cheeks as you kiss.
I hope not. There's so much going on here that it makes me so uncomfortable.
I'm used to it now.
Blech.
We've been looking at it long enough that I've reconciled.
Oh, there's like weird sloppy kissing sound effects in the back too.
I will provide more as we
No.
continue.
Ugh. Ugh. No, God.
I was trying to make sound effects against Josh's arm.
How much time has passed since then? 8 weeks? 11 years? I'm not sure.
You've been transported to the monster dimension.
The feeling is hardly eternal. No matter how much time passes, it's so short. It's a comfortable yet painful, fleeting moment.
Ichitaro, what you saw, those are my true feelings. In your mouth?
Yeah,
You shouldn't be seeing anything if your eyes are closed and you're kissing.
What, your true
you
feelings were
felt.
like a disgusting bug mouth.
What you felt were
I mean,
your
here's
true
the thing,
feelings.
right? I would have been probably more unnerved if we had that exact same picture, though, where she had lifted up all of the front bug on the, the smaller bug on the front of her face and everything like that. If she had lifted that up and she had, like, human lips under there, I would have been more disturbed by that, I think. In all fairness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little embarrassing, but I'm glad that I've done it.
Can you imagine her with just, like, a human mouth and teeth? Like... I was surprised too, but it's like your heart is finally connecting.
What? Me too. I feel the same way,
Did that say
Ichitaro.
our hearts are finally connecting
No.
and I just read it wrong?
No.
Okay.
Unless we both read it wrong.
Yeah. But then, there's one question. How did you end up liking me?
He might be the only person around with just the anatomy she's looking for. Whatever that means. It's like, oh, you got like human feet and human hands? Like, those are great.
I should point out, at some point I figured out that she's a grasshopper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought she was a praying mantis, so I thought this game was going to take a very different turn.
Oh, yeah. I thought we were going to get attacked by a scyther.
Yeah, well, because she's got the little praying mantis arms coming out of the back of her arms and everything.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
Yeah. It's not that I've suddenly fallen for you, you know?
Eh?
I fell for you long before this. The first time I noticed you have
Why?
skin.
Did I do something?
He is the only person with hair other than his sister, who is also a mammal.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you remember? The other kids said I was ugly all the time during elementary school, and when I was crying...
Do you think she had like a nymph phase?
Huh.
Do grasshoppers have that? Because I don't remember.
I don't know.
Was she ugly because she was like a larva in a school uniform?
I don't know, but I want to see a larva in a school uniform now. But it's like elementary, so it'd be like
How
they have
nostalgic.
the little smock in the hat that makes it easy to see them when they cross the street.
Yeah. A long-lost memory that I've almost completely forgotten.
You came to my rescue and you told me this. I like bugs.
I remember the promise I made from that time. I'm gonna put you in a jar. You're part of my bug collection now.
Shakes the jar.
Fight this Atlas beetle. Kokoro, you're the world's cutest, and I'll definitely make you my bride in the future.
That's a weird thing for an elementary school to say.
He was Nostradamus, don't worry about it.
That's his monster power.
Yeah. Tears appear in her beautiful eyes. All of them?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Do you ever cry from just one eye?
Well, do you think she cries from the center one?
Yes. Why would you cry from certain eyes
Where
and
would
not
the
others?
tear ducts be in the center one, though?
Where's the tear ducts in any of them?
Well, they're always to the outside.
What?
Or,
They're in the
Yeah,
corners.
tear ducts. Yeah, they're in the corners, but you only have one. And it's always along the outer edge.
Is it? I thought it was the inner edge.
Maybe it is the
God,
inner edge. I might
like
be
you're
wrong.
making me want to go look in the mirror now. It's like, no, I thought that was the tear duct.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah, you're right. I think it might
Yeah.
actually be inner.
Yeah, I was like, I know what my eyes look like.
That's my line. We made such enormous promises when we were little. I thought it didn't matter.
No, that's not true. From that time on, I have always liked you. I wish we had gotten some of this information before now.
I'm sorry I kept you waiting. From now on, I'll definitely be the guy who will bring you happiness. In the future, you'll definitely be my bride.
They could get married now. They're 18.
Yeah, I mean, if they want, yeah.
Yes.
She keeps nodding while those large tears spill all over her cheeks.
At least she doesn't have the giant Cyclops eye, because it's like a tear is like a thing, like a golf ball sized blob.
A cantaloupe just squeezing a sponge out of its head.
Yeah.
Finally, she wipes them away.
We'll do our best again, starting tomorrow.
I'll go back to that one problem.
Yes, I need closure.
Yeah, I'll work hard to the best of my ability. But if I'm really stuck with no other alternative, I'll definitely ask you for help.
Yeah, of course. You can ask me anything. Ask for another kiss.
That's reassuring, really. Got a head like a big old head of lettuce there. But bug eyes just sticking out of it.
That's what a head's like.
Gonna marry that.
Then let's work hard together. I mean, we've been married to weirder things.
I guess.
Ichitaro, remember when we were married to a dog vampire?
We weren't married to those, were we?
I mean, it was waifu one, so, you know.
Huh?
I love you. Fade? Okay. Is that it? Do we get an epilogue?
Is it just good end and the credits? Do we not actually... Oh, it's just the credits, so maybe we'll get an epilogue after them now?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
like,
sorry.
just like an image of like 1 year later and she's in university and he's flipping burgers or something.
She's in university and he doesn't even, he's just a stay-at-home husband.
Yeah, again, like cooking and then she doesn't blow up the kitchen.
Cleaning shoes.
2 years later, she marries Masato instead. He's like, man, I wanted a human girl.
Dude.
Yeah, neither of them are into that. I do kind of also get Masato's angle for the I'm not going to help you because I'm not good at that. Sometimes when you're good at something to a point where it feels natural, you can't translate it into words. I think everyone has a thing like that. So like, I've been doing this thing so long, I don't know how to explain it. I just did it. So I can understand that too. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. It just feels like it's just these two kids aren't tutors. They're not interested in teaching other than, Kokoro just wants her boyfriend to not like flunk out. But like, it's just, why was the teacher not a little more proactive? I mean, I don't want to look at that teacher for very long, but like, why was there no one who was like, okay, well, here's, even if they don't help them, it's like, where are all of the like pamphlets on like the cram schools or private tutors or something? It's like, it just kind of feels like the education system has failed these kids.
To some extent, sure. I mean, we don't really know enough about the education system in Japan. Yeah. Could be part of it as well. Yeah.
It could just because, like, there are a lot of kids who... Because you only have to get up through middle school. High school is optional, right?
In Japan. In Japan, yes.
Yeah.
By the way, the theme song is called Sellout with a C.
Huh. Alright.
I don't know why. Yeah, continue.
But, like, you can just, like, graduate middle school and instead of finding a high school you like... Because they get to pick. They do the whole entrance exams and stuff.
Yeah,
like, you could just get a job. And a lot of kids do that. So... I don't know, like, we don't really get it, and it's just, I feel like someone somewhere could have done better for these kids, or at least the human one.
Well, I like that we pointed out at some point that the main character is in the same math class with the genius and the girl who has a shot at Tokyo U, even though he's apparently, like, an idiot. Yeah. How did they get in the same math class? But then, beyond that, like, just removing from that real fast, I mean, math isn't everything.
Like you can just get into a major where you don't use math.
Yeah, but also, how did he get into the same high school as those two?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you hit the wall later than others. Like Some kids,
I mean, that's true. Yeah.
Some kids, they understand, addition, subtraction, multiplication. Then they hit algebra and they can't get it. Other kids, that's fine, and then they hit trigonometry and they don't get it. Or you can go all the way to calculus and you hit that wall where it's like, okay, this is too complicated. And I get that, but someone should have noticed by senior year that he was kind of falling behind.
Also, I don't like, and I think this is something that isn't applicable anymore, but when I was a kid, or when I was in high school even, you weren't allowed to use your calculator for literally everything. And I think that's stupid. Why can't you use a calculator for literally everything?
Yeah, after a point, that's just busy work getting in the way of you actually
honestly,
doing the equations.
I don't even think you should really...
After a point, though, they try to make you use graphing calculators, and that gets complicated.
Yeah, but I feel like you'd be better suited in a math class learning how to do a calculator at this point. Because, when are you not going to have a calculator on your person?
Although a graphing calculator is also kind of out of date. So,
honestly.
just every kid has a cell phone that could have, a graphing calculator app, and it's just, okay, well, here's how you do it, and here's your graph. What does the graph tell you?
We need to get off of math. We need to talk about this.
I personally just have a lot of opinions about education, and it's just, a lot of people are like, oh, you don't need this, you don't need that. It's like... I think it's just that everyone can do better than they can, and I'm sorry that the government has stopped the schools from doing whatever blah 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 funding.
Sorry, I just wanted to sit here for a minute.
Yeah, it's fine. I'd also like to point out that little sister character was completely useless.
No, completely.
100%. You could have cut out every bit of dialogue she had. It would not have changed anything.
Just wanted a second female character because their entire cast was 5 people.
Yeah. And I don't really count that teacher very much.
I don't even think the teacher got a voice role, actually.
I don't know.
They're in the credits, I don't think there was a single role for the teacher.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. But, they didn't need that girl. They could have had, a second high school girl, a romantic rival, or a girlfriend from Masato or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe they did have a girlfriend from Masato.
Don't. She's too young. And a bat.
Yeah. The bats and demons, they go together real good.
I think if he's not into the rather thin bug girl, he wouldn't be into, a bat you can hold in your hands.
I guess.
I think he's waiting for, a giantess or an orc or something.
Anyway,
That's
final thoughts.
Happy Waifu Month.
Happy Waifu Month.
I think that I identify with Kokoro a little too much, so I'm going to stop talking about school.
Okay. You want to tell us what it's like being a giant grasshopper?
You tell me.
Oh, God, no. Yeah, I thought the art on this was pretty good, by the way. For the most part. It could have used more, splash images like this one here.
Yeah.
The backgrounds were pretty good, but it was really obvious that there were 2 completely different artists.
Yeah. It's clear that up until the very end, the monster thing is just a gimmick. They're not really factored into the plot, and it made me want world building, but it's I understand.
I feel like world building in a series like this, A, probably would have ruined this game, but at the same time, B, would have made a better game.
Yeah, it's it would be a whole different game if we addressed the whole monster thing.
I would have preferred it as well, to be honest.
Yeah, but it would have been longer.
A little bit.
And this is Waifu Month. We just wanted to do a short visual novel.
So I got nothing else. Do you?
Are you going to click one of these?
No.
Okay. So you guys all decide.
Of them. We don't need them.
You guys decide in the comments if you like Kokoro, if she's a normal friend, or if you hate her. You know what happens with these choices.
Yeah. Anyway, good night, everybody.
Happy Waifu Month.
Happy Waifu Month.